Everybody, hi there. This is Kim from DIY Dream Weddings UK, and welcome back to my channel. I've come on to show you how to make these lovely felt flowers. I'm making this heart-shaped wedding bouquet, and if you want to have a look back in the videos, you'll be able to see on this channel. You'll be able to see how the base of this was made. If you're new to my channel, all the wedding bouquets on here are created from absolute scratch, and so I'm just doing the base, or what I like to call the holder for this wedding bouquet. I've decorated this. I'm going to show you this in a second. I've just got to rig up the other device that I've got, if I can find it. I won't be 2 seconds, okay? Yeah, so if you just come on, this is Kim from DIY Dream Weddings UK. Just repeating that because I know sometimes it takes a while for anybody to notice me. So sorry I'm a little bit late. I've had a little bit of, I had to go and get some more materials, and also I have got a new tool that I'm using, and I was experimenting with that. So that's just to let you know. There we go. Okay, the sound is great on here. It seems to be on my end. So I'll just put my device over here so I can see if you've got any comments or anything to say. So with this, let me explain what's happening with this in case you haven't looked at my videos. This is the holder for the bouquet that I'm creating. Okay, so this part we put the flowers on. This is the back of the bouquet, and our handle is going to go in here like this. Like I said, all of this was created on the first 2 videos I did on this project, okay, which is a heart-shaped wedding bouquet videos. Okay, so just have a look for those on this channel, and you'll be able to see how to create all of this. This is as far as we got with this project, okay. And this handle, I'm going to be ribboning this up and sticking this into the bouquet on the next video, okay. And this has all been actually decorated around the edge already. So yeah, so that's how that is. I'll be showing this in the final video as well. So this is all done with felt. And as you can see here, I've got these lovely felt flowers, which I'd like to stick on here. But first, I'd like to make some more. So I'm going to show you how these are going to go on here. Okay. So if you would like something a little bit different for your wedding day, you've come to the right place. I make a lot of unusual bouquets here. Lots of things that are not necessarily traditional, let's just say. So I'm just trying to space these out so they're nicely put on here. I like to try and vary and spread out my colours as much as I can. We haven't got many colours. We've got variation of different ones. But like you can see, there's only like a few colours here. Okay. I went to Hobbycraft, and let's move this over a bit so you can see what I'm doing. This felt here, this mauve one, isn't Hobbycraft. This, I didn't buy it new, basically. The mauve one was bought in a charity shop, and I got quite a lot for my money. And you can always have a look at the buys, I think it's buys and bargains playlist, and I think that's linked below this video if you want to have a look. And I show you where I bought all my materials, most of my materials on there. Okay, so I'm just showing you how this is going to work out. And if you've seen the video, I'm sorry, but other people might not have seen this. Okay, I do actually really appreciate people watching my videos, and I just want to say thanks so much for your support. And I'm hoping that they're the sort of things you really enjoy watching. Okay, so you can see some of these have different colours in, and some of them are the same. Some of them are all pink, some of them have got different colours in. Okay, So what I like to do here is then what I wanted to do was fill in the middle, and I ran out of materials, which is quite frustrating because when I run out of materials, I like to bring this rose a bit further down just so we can keep that heart shape. So it's a heart-shaped wedding bouquet. This is special to me because when I got married, I created my own wedding bouquet, and I did it similar to this. I made a heart-shaped wedding bouquet. I made it I made it like this, but the method was different. So I'm improving on this every time I do it, and this is like the second batch of videos that I've done on this project. This is basically revisited because it's very special to me. And I think a lot of people really did appreciate me doing this project as well. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do some flowers to fill in the middle. And I actually didn't want to go back to Hobbycraft. Yeah, there might be a better way of doing this. Probably the best way of doing this is to buy your material in meters. Okay, don't perhaps do it this way if you know how much you need. And when I actually done my videos, what I actually do to explain to you is I actually tell you the quantity and the size of the material you might need. Okay, so that helps you. Okay, I couldn't get any pink. I can only get that much pink, so most of the next flowers are going to be white. So what I might do about that is I will try and put some of these ones around the edge in the middle, so we've got a variety of different colours throughout the bouquet. And perhaps I will integrate the white with the pink, although there's not much white here. So I think we might get away with doing a few more white ones. So when I create stuff, I like to do it as I'm going along so I can see how it looks. That can be difficult, I know, if you're maybe doing a commission or something because you want to get it done quick. But yeah, anyway, I didn't want to do all these on a video, which is why I've decided to come and do it on here. Only because it can be a little bit long-winded if you're watching perhaps a tutorial and if you're going seeing the whole process all the way through all the time. Okay, so this Hobbycraft material I would say is about an A4 size, and I think you can, well, I think what I've done is I've worked it out how many flowers you can get onto an A4 piece of material, and this is a little bit bigger than A4 actually, I can see now. So let's just move these over. I'm going to pull this trolley out. I've got a trolley here with some bits and pieces on, and if I pull that out I can just place that over there. Okay, never enough room on a desk, is there? Never. Okay, so this is an A4 sheet of paper, and this is the Hobbycraft felt. So I've drawn out, I don't know if you can see, but I've drawn out the flowers on this template, okay, from this template. This is a free-handed template that I've drawn, and you're welcome just to copy that and draw it out to your size, your preference in size. But my templates fit this A4 piece of paper, and you can get 2 roses out of that, so you can get eight of these templates on here, and I use 4 for each rose. Okay, that's what I do, just to explain to you, because in the tutorial it's not always easy to tell you all these things. So 8 pieces per sheet of, did I say foam? Per sheet of Hobbycraft felt. Okay, which if you'd like to know what, I'm going to go into the details while I can. My tutorials do go into details, but this might help you. This is, the diameter of this template is about 7.5 centimeters, 7.5 centimeters wide. There's about, I don't know if, yeah, about that. And you can get 8 of these onto a piece of felt, okay, if you place them in the right place. Okay, so what I actually did before was, once I cut out my felt pieces, I so I do this with a pencil, but I would not recommend it. If you do it with a pencil, try and cut within your line. I'm going to actually come out a bit further here than the template, because you want to come out so that, especially with this white, so that you can't see these pencil lines. Okay, so I'm going to come out a little bit here. And actually this pencil is a lot better now that I've sharpened it. Okay, so yeah, but you can use, what you could also do is you could turn your felt over and use the other side instead. This is particularly thin, this Hobbycraft felt is particularly thin. So what I would do is maybe cut that in a little bit more, okay, if you don't want to see your lines. Okay, but I'm going to actually, because I'm used to drawing around it, I'm going to draw directly around it. But if I was doing a commission, I would have to find a way of obviously making these lines a bit more invisible. Okay, just for this video, just to show you what I'm doing. So I'm just giving you advice. I'm not taking my own advice at the moment, but hey ho. Right, so just draw around and put these as close together as you can. Okay, so I'm just, yeah, just, you want to be able to see so you can cut that out. Can you see how much wider that is to that one? So when I cut that out, I'll move inside the lines a bit more when I cut that first one out. But I'm going to keep the shape for now because I'm used to doing that. Okay, so we want basically fit, there should be enough room for 8. If there isn't, I've not positioned them in the right place. But you can perhaps see by the paper that I showed you where they should be positioned. Okay, and actually I could as well if I might copy that actually. So yeah, I'm just drawing around these, and then normally I was going to draw around them and prepare, but like I said, I've got this new fangled machine, and it's like a Christmas present. So I want to say thanks to my family, to my family for buying me this. But I got a new die cutting machine, and if I could just get the right dies for these flower shapes, I wouldn't have to do this anymore. And also I'll be able to cut them out in batches rather than individually. That was the idea. That's why I got this. That's why I got this. What do you call it? So I'm going to bring this one up here. That's why I got this machine. I'm just going to move it over because I can see I'm slightly slightly off there. Okay, so I'm going to bring that up as far as I can because I want to get 8 on here. And yeah, then you just go back and cut them out. And I think I've worked out how many I need. I've bought 15 sheets of felt. It's probably cheaper online somewhere, and I would source out cheaper if I was going to do like a commission or something like that. If I could, I'll try and find it cheaper somewhere else. Like I said, most of my felt on that bouquet, the mauve stuff that you saw on there, was from a charity shop. So a lot of my products, if you, I'm going to set up a shop. I'm going to be totally transparent with you about that, because it's taken me a little while because I want to make sure everything's just right when people buy these products. My products are going to be a mix of recycled and new materials. So you're going to have bouquets which are very totally unique to your wedding day. Okay, really, really unique, because I'm going to do commissions where you can request the colour of your materials, and maybe even like it's going to be all customized basically, so you can perhaps choose an item that's made to order, and then decide you might want a different colour, or you might want to have different materials on it. and I can tell you what's possible and how we can do that. Okay, I really want this to be unique to your day. Okay, so if you're a bride and you're or even a groom and you're looking to do something different for your wedding day, then you've come to the right place, especially if you'd like to perhaps create your wedding day bouquet from scratch, or you'd like me to do it for you. Just get in touch. You can get in touch with me on my contact on my website via the contact page, or you can. This is a bit long-winded. I'm sorry about this. We will get to cutting soon, and then we'll put it together. I know I need some more white ones, you see. So yeah, I should have done this first. I do apologise, people. 6. You might actually get one extra one. It depends. Let's have a go. We'll see how many we get on here. I did. Forgot what I was going to say now. You can also contact me on Facebook, or you can contact me on my coffee page. Okay, which is a little interactive page where you can message me, and you can also perhaps leave a small donation towards some of the materials used in these projects. Okay, there's a little target thing on there. When we reach that target, I will show you the materials that I've bought with those with those donations. Okay, so you're welcome to do that if you really do enjoy what you're watching, and perhaps you'd like to give me a little bit, or give the channel a little bit of support. That would be lovely. So yeah, all those links are actually down below in the description on this video, and actually on this live, and on all my videos. Sorry, I tend to get this brain fog. I don't know if any of you ladies know what I mean, but sometimes I think I've said exactly what I was supposed to say, and I actually haven't. So yeah, it's about 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, you could get one more on there. So perhaps 8 or 9 you can get on here. Okay, just to let you know. If they're this size, you might just get 9 on here. Okay, so all depends on what size you're. Sorry about the table wobbling a bit. Sorry, it's not a very steady table because I use it's a table that actually changes height, and I bought it in Argos. I don't know if you know of the make, but it's one of those where you can lift it to different heights, and it really helps me because I can't really sit for very long amounts of time without being in a bit of pain, and it helps quite a lot. So I've drawn these out. I actually did that pretty quick, and I think that's because the pencil was sharpened. And I should have done that ages ago. I should have sharpened the pencil ages ago. So this one here, so if I think you can see, you can see by the camera now that you can see what's happening. So this one here is a little bit more chunky than the others because I cut outside the lines. So what I'm going to do with this, it's a little bit of an experiment. I'm going to just cut that inwards a bit more and see if that works. And if it does, because I haven't tried this myself, if it does work, what I'll do is I will do that with all my flowers in the future. But I'm really hoping that this die cutting machine will help me to get things done a little bit quicker, a little bit more efficiently, save me a bit of time when I'm creating these lovely flowers, and perhaps maybe even make some even prettier flowers than what I make. So yeah, we can. I need to get the equipment. That's the other thing. I'd love to get the equipment, the right equipment for the cutting machine. Haven't got even got. I've got plates and all that because I bought it all, and I thought, well, do you know what? I need to have at least have the right things to use with the machine. Okay, so I did actually really. I used the money wisely. I bought a new machine, and I bought the Big Shot Plus, because I thought that way I can at least even cut, even if I want to cut something big, I can do it, because that's an A4. Um, that's an A4 cutting machine, so it cuts A4 size, which is what I really need for these sort of projects. And I thought I could even, if I was clever enough, perhaps cut the base of bouquets and things like that with some of the shapes and things that they have on these dies. It's just getting to know this piece of equipment, and I've seen card makers do it, but I've never seen them use um, things like felt and stuff like that. And I realised that for felt, it needs a different. Let me know if I'm wrong about this. If you're good with these machines and you've had one for a while, let me know. If you have a die cutting machine, let me know what one you've got. I think you need a different die cutter, different dies to do felt. That's what I've read up on. You need a thicker big die to cut felt. Yeah, let me know if that's right. Um, or can you still cut single pieces of felt with your die cutting machine? I've never tried, and I don't want to. I don't want to break it. It seems quite heavy duty from what I've seen on some of the videos, but I don't want to. I don't want to wreck it by putting something through that I shouldn't. Um, at the moment, I've just got my two cutting plates, and I've got a standard platform, and I've got this little um, adapter A. So let me know what you think about that sort of equipment, and perhaps you could even tell me how versatile it is. And I was thinking of going on eBay and getting some big styes on there. Okay. Anyway, so coming away from that subject, yeah, I'm just creating some lovely flowers for some roses. And let me just, if I just in case you're not sure what I'm making here, if I just put this rose here, you'll know what I'm making. Okay. Right. So yeah, just for this lovely heart-shaped wedding bouquet, so we're making this rose, and I'm doing a white one because I think we need some white ones on this bouquet. Um, and if you don't know what I'm creating, you could even have a look at one of my videos if you like. I don't know if I've linked it in the description, but you can have a look and see the part 1 and part 2 of the heart-shaped wedding bouquet, which is revisited. Okay, so I've done it a little while ago, but I didn't do it this way. I did it a different way. One of my first videos that I did here on this channel. Okay, so I'm not going to keep repeating because some people might watch all the way through and think, why are you saying the same thing? Okay, why is that a bit boring? But if you come on, say hi. It'd be lovely to know where you're watching from because I'm nosy like that. And yeah, it'd be lovely to have a chat with you. What you're doing today? Have you got some lovely weather where you are? Because where it is here in the UK, if you're not in the UK, you won't know, but in the UK, it is just horrible. The weather is just horrible where I am. It's just wet and rainy, and it's just horrible, and it's very cold as well. So I think it's about 7 degrees here in the UK. You might be in a country where you're used to things being colder. Perhaps you might not see 7 degrees as cold. I don't know, but let me know where you're watching from. That'd be lovely to know. What's your weather temperature where you are? Is it bucketing down with rain like it is here? Have you got have you got leaks? Well, we haven't got leaks, but only touch wood, we haven't got any leaks in the house. But we do have a conservatory out back, which is dripping water, and we have to put buckets underneath it. So we do have a little bit of problems with leaks for there. But yeah. Anyway, less about that, like domestics or whatever. So yeah, sorry, I know this is a bit laborious. I will get on with the putting these together in a minute. But I mean, this is quite self-explanatory. I just thought I could come on here and perhaps cheat a bit and perhaps do some of the work that needs to be done on this project, so I can get on and do the next video. Okay, that's what I thought. And then in the next video, the final video of this project, I'll be adding these roses on, and actually adding the bouquet handle on as well. So decorating that as well. So if you want to have a look at that, you can when I put that on. But there we are. So that's why I come on here, to maybe prep for the next project that I'm going to show. I'd like to also ask you what you'd like to see. So if you're a regular here on my channel, it'd be lovely to know if there's any projects you'd like to see, or if there's any specific things you're interested in for your wedding. So that'd be nice. And also to know, well, I'm asking so many questions, aren't I? It's just be interested to know who the people are who've been watching my videos as well. I am a nosy Parker, aren't I? I really am. You don't get to see that when you're a YouTuber. You don't get to see who the viewers are. So yeah, right. So, and sometimes you see people and you think, is somebody actually watching, or have they just, just had a, just kind of, are they going in and out? Is it the same person? You've got no way of knowing. So rather than cut everything out, well, let's finish. Actually, we've only got 2 more bits left. It's me busy chatting away. So yeah, it's quite quiet, I know, at this time on YouTube, and I think maybe that's why also I don't get so many viewers. But do let me know what you'd like to see on a live. Okay. So yeah, I did say I was going to come on today. I normally come on every Wednesday at 12, and on Facebook I am on at the same time on a Friday, so 12 UK time on a Friday. Okay, so that's the times I go live. Okay. And my videos, I like to put a video on at least once or twice a week. Okay, I don't, to be honest with you, I haven't quite got to doing it twice a week. If I have like a bit of space, I try to. I have got another project in the pipeline as well. So if you have a look at one of my other lives, I'm doing a fold down heart-shaped wedding bouquet, and in some of these lives I do prototypes for new projects that I'm going to be doing in my videos, and that's a fold down heart-shaped wedding bouquet, and that might be one of the next ones I do for my videos, my next tutorials. So yeah, have a look at that, and watch out for that one if you're interested. Okay, so right, that's a traveling one, that one. So basically you can take it in your to your destination wedding. Okay, and it packs right down into your case or your bag. Right, okay, so I'm going to make these up to make this lovely rose. Okay, and this is an open rose, really, a semi-open rose. Okay, so in order to do that, I'll show you how you do that. So we've got 4 pieces for each flower. Okay, and like I says, 8 to 9 pieces on each foam sheet if you buy them in Hobbycraft. Okay, so I'm going to just take one of my pieces, and I've got some hot glue here. Okay, I'm going to put a little glob of glue onto one of my petals. Okay, like that. I'm just going to squeeze my petal together like that. We're going to make our bud. Okay, we're going to make our bud. I don't know if it might be a good idea to zoom in a bit. Perhaps we'll zoom in just a tiny bit. Can we do that? Yeah. Okay. I always get frightened of doing, like, zooming in and stuff on a live. Okay. And then what we do is just put the glue either side like that. And be careful of your fingers. But then what you do is wrap it around like that. Okay. Just wrap it around the other petal like that. Okay. And yeah, if you can draw out your template, that's a lot easier for you for your, I think it is, um, for your bouquet. Here we go. So just gonna put some more around like that, okay? And then what we do is, you don't need loads. I might have put too much on actually. Just hold that in place, okay? And with these, sorry, I went off shot a bit there. With this felt, you need to really hold it for a little while because sometimes this felt doesn't stick as quickly as maybe craft foam or paper. So just bear that in mind. I'm trying my best not to go out of shot too much. Okay, right. So you were just wrapping those petals around like that. And what you could do when you get to the end of this bud is you could just have it as a bud if you want to. So you don't have to do a whole rose. You can just have like a bud on its own. So that could be where you stop creating your flower, okay? That could be where you stop creating your flower. And if you're doing a pink and white one like this, then you will probably then you would take a pink piece now, and then you would take a white piece afterwards. Okay, this is all in white, but let me explain. So this is the next piece you're going to put on, and it would perhaps be a pink piece if you're going to do it like this. Okay, because then you get your lovely different coloured layers like that. Okay, so yeah, right, so then just put that in the middle like that, put some glue under that and put it in the middle. See a lovely bud. And like if you wanted to make a smaller rose, you just do less layers. Okay, just do less layers on that. And then with these petals, if you want your petals to open out quite wide, you just put your glue lower down. So if you want them quite wide, you just put your glue down like that. So it's quite low down. Okay, like that. And then when you finish, you can just fold them outwards. Okay, to make your open rose. Okay, so there we are. So that's that. And then you just do the opposite one. Okay, and like I said, you just have 4 layers for each rose. Okay, try not to come out of shot. I'm wondering whether if I just do that and just come down like that, I won't be coming in and out of shot. Okay, so if I just do that, you can see I'm not. I can keep my hands in the same place, and then I won't be coming in and out of shot for you. Okay, so that just bringing those petals down like that. Okay, yeah, there we are. So I am gasping for a cup of tea or coffee at the moment. I really am. I'm just gonna have. I've only got water here at the moment because I rushed to come on here, thinking, what was I thinking? Thinking there'd be a stampede of people. No, not really. I just wanted to get on. I'm not one of those who likes to be late, and I had a few other things to do, and yeah, so it's not like me. I don't like being late. I'm just trying to see where those marks are. See, I don't. I think this is the one we cut out, which was a little bit larger, and you can see there's no marks on that. There's no outside marks on that, so it's a good idea to do that. Just basically draw outside your template and then just cut your material inwards so you can't see the marks that where you've marked your template, your flower, your pencil marks. Okay, so there, and then I try not to lift that up. If I lift that up, I'm going to move away from the center of the video. Here we are. I'm trying to, I will get better at this, I promise. Right, so, all right, just there. Okay. Right, so this is your lovely felt flower. I'm going to do one more layer. You don't have to do it this big. Like I said, you can do it smaller. If you want bigger flowers, you can do bigger templates. Okay, make bigger templates. You don't have to make templates by hand. There's other ways of doing it. You can draw, you can find templates on the internet and do it that way. Like me, you could even like find a way of die cutting it a certain way. And there's other ways of making these sort of flowers. You can do them, you can roll them rather than doing them with layers like this. Okay, so I'm going to put some glue on there. Okay, and I'm going to put my last layer on. So that's 4 layers. Okay, and put my glue quite low down like that. And opposite one like that. Okay, so normally what I do is I will draw and cut all of my flowers out first. But that's a bit mundane for you to watch, so I just thought I'll make one up because I haven't got much longer on here. It's taken me long enough just to draw them out. So yeah, prep more, Kim. I'm just telling myself, you've got to prep more, otherwise you're not going to get much on a video, not much content on a video or a live. Okay, so I'm better at prepping for my videos than I used to be. My lives, not so good, not so good. I tend to like to let things flow a bit, but there we are. Okay, so yeah, it's still raining out there. Right, so then what you do is just bring your petals out, and you can see because you put your glue quite low down, you've got this lovely open rose effect. And actually that opens out more than this one because I didn't put my glue so further down, so you can sort of see the difference there. And it doesn't matter if they're varied. I don't think it does. I think it still looks nice even though they're slightly different, if you know what I mean. There's this one here as well, and this is, they're all a little bit different to one another, if you know what I mean, and that's quite nice. I don't mind that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is place that on my bouquet. So if I just show you what I'm doing here, so I'm just gonna let's just zoom that out again. Okay, so I've put that one on there like that. It's one we just made. And you can see also if these are spread out, the petals are spread out a bit more, you haven't got to fill as much up in the middle. Okay, so it's a good idea to do them as open as you can. Okay, so yeah, and we might even get a few buds in between, or we could put some butterflies on top to fill the gaps in, because I don't think we're quite going to get, we're not going to get a rose. Some of these gaps we won't get a rose in there. So that one, so maybe do like that. Yeah, so I would perhaps do that, and then yeah, so we're gonna have little gaps. So what we could do there is you could put little rosebuds in between, perhaps. Okay, so I'm gonna do a little bit more of this, and then I'm gonna come off. I'm gonna do some pink, and I'm gonna do some pink because we could make another one. Actually, we've got 4 here. We've got 4. We do another white one. Let's do a pink and white one. I don't know how long we've got. We've got about 15 minutes, so I'll just draw 4 white, 4 pink ones on here, just so you can see how. Actually, let's bring that line out a bit further. Actually, I'm going to do the same, but in the future, I would bring that out a bit more because I think that's going to work. So anyway, we just turn it over. We'll just turn it over. I can't see what I've done now. I hate that when I do that. Take it off, and then I can't see where I've marked it. It's going to be a little bit. This is, I think, some felts are different, aren't they? The colour, it's not as easy to draw on some of them. Don't know why that is, but if you know a better way of marking felt, let me know. Okay, just put it in the comments below, that'd be handy. So I only want to do 2 of these, really, because I want to just show you how to do this one with the 2 colours, and then I'll probably end up going. I think I've been on for maybe, I don't know, 40 to 50 minutes. I don't think I've been on for the full hour. Let me know if I have. I don't want it to be too laborious, you see, and what I've got is quite repetitive subject at the moment, so I'm sorry if it's boring. Don't let me know if it's boring. I don't want to know. I know. I shouldn't say that. The other thing I want to say to you is if you're watching me, I'm a Sagittarian, so I can be a little bit blunt at times. Sorry, I hope you don't take offence if you're a Sagittarian, but I am a very blunt person at times. So please don't take it personally, okay? Right, so I'm going to cut these out. Maybe that's what you need when you're dealing with the public. I think you do. I used to work in a shop, so I used to work in a florist, and I've dealt a lot with the public in my time. Yeah, I used to work. I also worked in a card shop and a clothes shop and a video shop. So yeah, I've done a lot of work with the public, and yeah. So you tend not to take too much nonsense, if you know what I mean. And being a carer as well, you have to be quite on the ball and yeah, not take too much nonsense, no, but be friendly with it as well. So that's how I am. So don't be offended if I say things that aren't quite right. I don't mean to, okay? So yeah, just to warn you. Have a good heart. Okay, so that is that one. So I'm going to cut this one out. And then, so if this isn't for you, you can always have a look at my videos. They are more kind of a little bit more straight to the point than what I'm doing here. They give you measurements and all sorts of bits and pieces and information. And if you need anything else, just let me know. Okay, and all my measurements are on my blog, which are actually linked. Measurements and materials are on my blog, which is linked in the description on all of my video tutorials. Okay, not so much on my lives, but on my video tutorials. Okay, so this is a pink and white one. How did I do it? What one have we got here? So this one has got a pink centre. So what I might do with this one is do a white one, because I like to do, like, you know, make it a bit more varied. So let's bring this in again a little bit more. Okay, so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to just try the method that I said, and I'm just going to keep my hands here and just put some glue on either side like that. If I keep my hands on the desk, that will probably help me to keep squared up with the camera so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, and then just basically just glue either side like that, and then just fold that inwards like that. So we're just making a little bud, and actually what I'd like to do when I've done this, made this bud, is see if it fits on that bouquet. So I might stall a little bit when I've done this. So I want to see whether it fits in between the flowers on this bouquet. Okay, so just gluing that on, and be careful to be patient to wait for that to stick. Okay, so that is just gluing that on like that. And then this one as well. Okay. Don't put too much on because you don't really want to see the glue. and you don't want it to look messy or to stick to your fingers. So that's my advice. So that's your bud, and I just want to see if that fits. Um, yeah, that does fit in between. So what you could do, I haven't showed you, but I'll show you in a minute. Um, Actually, let's show you now. Let's zoom out a bit on here. Um, Sorry to go back and forth. This bud will actually fit in here. Okay, so you can make some little buds to fill in your holes. Okay, or maybe you could even do another layer on that and put that in there as well. So that's kind of nice. Or you could, if you want to, you could even make some leaves up to go in between there. Okay. Right, so we're zooming again, so it's going in and out a lot. So just zoom in a bit more. And we'll carry on with this. So now what we're going to be doing is just putting our bud inside here like this, inside there. You should see the mess in this room. It's terrible. It's just so much things that I'm doing. Right, okay, so then just put your glue quite low down on your petal if you want it open, and you want an open rose, and just stick that up against your bud. Okay, and then do the same with the opposite one. Okay, if you can hand make your templates, you can have any shaped flowers you want, which is lovely. That is really nice, especially if you're only doing your own bouquet. You can do that. And there we are. So just gluing that inwards like that. I'm just going to see if the sound's on, because last time the sound went a bit weird. Yeah, that's fine. It's fine. Right, so yeah, then we're just bringing those petals in basically. And like I said, you could just have a small, see what I mean? That doesn't always stick if you're not patient enough with it. But you could just have a small rose like this. Just like that on its own. I'm going to just check whether this fits in the hole as well. In the gap on the bouquet. Yeah, which it does. So you can see what I mean. That's not quite stuck down. So you really have to be careful that that's stuck down properly. Okay. I don't think it would fall apart. It's just nice if it's all made nicely, isn't it? So, and then we get a white piece, and we do the same with our white piece. So I'm just going to put some glue quite low down on there, like that, and bring my petal up like this, and then this one. Like that. That's sticking to my fingers. I don't want it to stick to my fingers. I want it to stick to the felt. So a very common problem is the glue sticking to your fingers and not what you want it to stick to. Okay, so just gluing that in there like that. Right. Oh, yep, still raining out there. Still raining. There we go. So if you would like to make something different for your wedding day, you're in the right place. Or learn how to make something a little bit different for your day. Okay. So this is the third layer we've done on this rose. And this is a final one. Okay. So I'm just going to, you could put leaves or whatever you want on your rose. It's entirely up to you what you decide to do with it, because it's your bouquet, it's your special day. This is all personalised to you, to your wedding day. Okay, so yeah, right, that is, I need some more hot glue on that. Yeah, so I did a bit of die cutting for the first time, and one of my I'll show you in a minute actually before I go, but one of my dies were quite intricate, and I didn't realise if your dies are intricate, the card seems to stick in the die, which is, that's what I found. I found that that's what happened, and so I haven't got that out yet. I don't think I have. I haven't. Just trying to find. No. So just let me show you this. That's what happened. It got stuck in there. The paper, the card got stuck in there. Okay. And I tried to cut out. I did get success. I can find the one that I cut out. I managed success with this. See how intricate that is, and I had to do it with paper, and that was quite hard to get out because it's quite a thin paper. So these intricate dies, I don't think they're as easy to cut as some of the others. Let me know if that's not right, if that's right or not. This is a thicker card, so it got stuck in there. Okay, so that's what happened. That's my first attempt at die cutting. Got this lovely butterfly. I don't know what that's going to do, but right, so let's carry on with this rose. Yeah, that I'm just trying it out really, and I'd like to use it for some card making that I'm doing as well. So yeah, right, okay, so just that, because I actually won some of those dies looking at watching it live. So there we are. So that's why I've got them. But the butterfly I bought, it was £1, but I don't think the intricate ones are as easy to cut out. Don't know. Let me know if you watch this live, if you know anything about these things. So I'm just going to open this rose out. How lovely is that? Look, how nice is that? So you don't have to have like one with two colours, but like I said, you can have a single one with single colour as well. There we are. So this is a different one, and you could have two and just do a bud, or just one and have a bud. So there we are. So I'm going to just zoom out again, and I'm going to bring back my bouquet, and yeah, I'm going to mix these up a bit because although we haven't got much white, we don't really want them next to each other. So I'm going to try and bring some of the other colours in as well. I think that's what I'm going to do. So we've got a bit of a mixture. That's my idea with this anyway. So there we are. So those actually do fit in quite well without a gap, but you might get gaps, and if you do, like I said, you can put little buds in between and stuff like that. Because yeah, there will be bits where you can't quite cover the bouquet up, or you can even put something on the top here. Like, let me just not this, but I haven't got anything else that you could perhaps put a butterfly on. You could cut a butterfly out and maybe stick it on top. Not with a die cut, but just as just an example, or a flower, a flat one on top or something. Or you could put your initials on there or something. So yeah, there's lots you can do with this because it's your bouquet and you're making it yourself. That's the nice thing about it when you do it yourself. And you don't even have to do felt flowers. You can decorate this holder with silk flowers or anything really, as long as it's not too heavy, because this is only made from a thick card. Okay, You could make your base out of a different you could make your base out of a different material. You could do it out of a stronger material even, once you know how that works. Okay. So there we are. So I'm going to be off now. I really hope you enjoyed watching this. And if you would do this a different way, actually, if you would make this bouquet in a different way, perhaps you put different flowers on or different colours, let me know what you'd do. That'd be lovely to hear. Hear how you'd do it. Okay. Um, yeah, that'd be nice. So if you enjoyed this live, you can always press the like button below to help this channel to grow, and also you can subscribe to this channel to get more lives and videos just like this one. And yeah, what else can I say? Not a lot. Just if you want to contact me about these products, you're welcome to. Just on the links below on this in the description of this live. Um, so that's my website or my coffee page. Okay. So yeah, lovely to be on again, and I'll see you in the next video. Okay then. Bye bye everyone. Take care. Thanks for all those who watched so far. Bye now. I'm just going to tap out.